Hey everybody, here's how to use the tack toggles as a tarp tie out hardware free tensioning device. So here's my tarp, and I have a tack toggle attached to the tarp with a loop of cord. And actually with this setup I wouldn't even need this little triangle tie out. So I have the tack toggle attached to the loop, and then I have my tie out line goes through the tack toggle. So I can pull tension on this, and for you guys that have played around with the Dutch tarp worm, I can just throw a loop in this rope and throw it over the toggle, and it's not as easy as you think, or maybe it wasn't as easy as I think. But so now it's tied off, and of course you can release it just by pulling it. It is slightly difficult with the high wind to turn that perfect little loop with your fingers. So with the tack toggle, you have the option of doing it a different way that's slightly easier. So once you pull tension, instead of having to turn that little loop, just go around the toggle 2 or 3 times, and then you're tied off. And then of course when you're ready to take it down, you just wrap it back around the toggle, and if you're not got a bunch of snow and ice in it or anything, whoa, then you can turn the toggle to help release the knot. Got a nice windy day to try this stuff out. So that's one way you can use the tack toggle as a tie off. Basically you're using it like the way the tarp worm works, for you guys that are all about the Dutch wear gear. But it's basically just a little pulley system, and then you can lock it off by making a loop in your rope and slipping it over the toggle, or you can lock it off by going around the toggle. And another way, let me get this disconnected. So another way, you can just have a toggle on your line. And so since there's a toggle on this line, that means this line will connect anywhere that there is a loop. I can connect it through here if I have a plastic tie out, or I can connect it through this loop. So for this case, I'm going to connect it through here. And now my tarp is connected, but it's not tight. So oops, lost my other connection. That's all right. So now I have the toggle here, and when I pull this tight, now I can go up and wrap around the toggle. And now I'm tied off. And this method is really cool because you actually don't need a piece of hardware on your tarp. All you actually need for that method to work is a loop like this that you can slide the toggle through, or just a loop of cord. Like for example, I could have taken the toggle and inserted it through this loop and done the same action as what I did right here. Or I could have just had a piece of Dyneema cord pass through this loop and done the same thing. What's cool about this also is, okay, now the toggle's through there, but what happens if we get a storm and the toggle falls through? You won't lose your tarp because there's still a knot going around there from going around the toggle, and you can still release it just as easy. Just go around the toggle. And then a third way that you can use this is you just slide the toggle on the line. This is kind of like those line locks, or those little kind of like these little cheap guys that you get, these little line lock things. This is kind of like the same thing. You can just put the toggle somewhere on the line and then pull tight, and wherever that toggle is, you can just go around that toggle a few times. 3 times seems to be perfect, and now the line is locked off. And then to show you the second method one more time without using that plastic tie-off device. that's sewn onto my tarp, I could also just use a loop of cord. So I could build the tarp without this little D-ring thing right here, and then on my tie out line here, I can slide the toggle up, put it through the line, and now I'm connected. Then I can pull tension on the toggle, and then I can come right back up to the toggle. Of course, we got two toggles here, so things are looking a little silly, but again, I would just go right around the toggle and it's completely tied off. Quick and easy to untie if I need it. If the knot gets like water or snow in it, you quickly give a little release to the knot. And that's it for now. If you guys got some more cool ideas for these toggles, let me know. That's 3 ways that I know of that these will work great for tarp tie outs. Thanks, guys.